part 2, we're going to go over how to take the forms you have prepared in ZipForms and get them over to Docusign. I wanted to start in Command with just a reminder that this is a workaround in order to streamline the process from Command, where you would be going to your room to prepare documents. I'm in a transaction right now, and I'm just in the Documents tab. And if I were to click on Go to Transaction, it opens up the room where we have our documents, or where we can pull the PAR forms and fill in as much information as possible. We found that ZipForms linked directly with Docusign tends to be more time-saving. There's less steps involved, and personally I feel it's more straightforward. I like to use this, again, to avoid this portion of Command. It's especially time-saving if you take the time up front and create your templates in ZipForms like we went over in part 1. When we log into ZipForms, this is the screen it opens up to. You'll see we are in transactions, and here's the one we created. But before we go any further, I do want to tell everyone that when you are logged in order to get your Docusign account linked, you do want to go here to your profile picture and then select Profile and Settings. You can fill in all of your personal information, and you can even work across and look at everything that is in here. But the Docusign link is in Settings. All you would do is select this. I believe the first time you do it, it asks you for your login and password, but you just follow the prompts and it's super simple, and then you're ready to go. Mine is currently linked, so I'm not going to unlink it, but it is very easy to follow, and then you would save. But going back to transactions, again, here's the practice one that we created last time. We will click on it. It opens up to this screen, but we're going to go across here to Documents. And here's everything that we pulled from our template last time. If we click on the consumer notice, you'll see here's the client information we added, and here's our personal information. We're going to go through a couple different ways that you can take forms from here and work however it's going to fit best for you. If you had a client coming in for a sit-down meeting and they were going to be signing or filling out in person, all you would have to do is, after you have obviously your property-specific and client-specific information on the forms, you could print directly from here, select as many as you need, and hit Next, and you just work from the printer. You can also do single documents. Maybe you just need one thing printed out. Just select that document and go from print right inside that one. Super simple. If you wanted to have your documents prepared, but maybe you weren't going to be sending them via Docusign at that time, you wanted to save them on your desktop or in your Google Drive for later, you can hit Save as PDF. Again, select the ones that you want, select all or just one. Hit Next. It shows you everything here, and it gives you the option to drag and drop if you're going to save them as a single file, which if you save them as a single file packet on your computer, when you go to use them, it would be basically like using a one-click print. If you were just filing them, I find that it's better to save them as all separate PDFs. So you would just select that here, super simple. And then you move forward and you hit save. But we're going to go back. So that's the second way. Cancel that. If we were going to move forward with e-signing via Docusign, we come over here to the far left and we select e-sign. That brings you over here, and you'll see there's a couple practice packets that I have. When you were ready to create your newest packet to send out for signatures, you just hit new. You select the documents you're working on. Again, this is for multiple documents when you're selecting them this way. You can even open up that folder and select some of the office forms to get signatures on. Once you're finished with that and you're happy with what you chose, you will close, and you can see that brought everything over here. And because this is the 6th packet, it automatically gives it this name, but that is certainly able to be changed. We will hit next. And this auto-populated the parties that we had filled out on our forms. Our information, our client's information. If we did not get to a point where we had our client's email added yet, you add it right on this screen. No big deal. You do not have to go back and edit anything. Another example would be if maybe you did not add a second seller to the documents. It is easier if you do everything before you get to that step, but let's just say you needed to add someone. All you do is click on the field, boxes appear, and you can fill in emails, names, and add whoever you need. But once you're happy with the people that you are going to be sending this packet to, you do want to select who they are and hit close. And you can see we populated on this screen. If you wanted to select a signing order, meaning one person must sign before the other person signs, you can certainly do so. If you leave that unchecked, I'm sure you all know from using Docusign, the forms will go out to both parties at the same time. From here, we hit next again. This is the part where it is going to be bringing us to our Docusign. And it can take a moment, but it is working. And from here, this should look familiar to everybody. I know we've all gone through Docusign trainings with the office. Here are the forms. I will say this box pops open automatically. You can either select to match it with the template or not. I like to just go through the forms one by one by myself, but you can certainly make a different choice on that screen. And you can see we have our client and our fields here ready to be sent and then signed. And then just like you would from Command, when you would have your documents in your room sent to Docusign, you just work forward and hit send. We're not going to do that. We're going to close, and we're just going to go back. If you're in the middle of a transaction and you just have one document to sign, maybe it's a reply to inspection, you're only going to prepare and send out one form, you can just click that one form and work the same way you did with multiples. Go to e-sign. It does obviously name it what that form is. Hit next. And again, you select the parties that need to sign it. Super simple, super easy. Now we're going to jump over to Docusign just because I want to show the final example, which would be if you did choose to prepare those documents in ZipForms, but you were going to pull them into Docusign at a later time. You can log directly into your Docusign account. You don't need to go back through ZipForms. You go directly to Docusign, sign in. We would be starting a new envelope. And to get the forms from our desktop or from our Google Drive, we select Upload. And then from there, you find the file you need. You can select the forms you need. Select multiple at the same time, just hold down Control. And we'll open, and everything will generate, and you move forward just like you normally would, entering your parties, their emails. You can name it any subject you would like, and send your clients a message. What's nice is when you do operate directly from ZipForms, you don't have to fill in the names and emails again. And again, just moving forward like you would with when you were using Command. Again, this is a workaround that is just an option if you've been having a hard time following the rooms portion of Command. Just so you know, it's here and available for you to use. I do believe there's less steps involved. I think it is more straightforward, and it is a time saver, especially if you take the time in the beginning to get your templates set up in ZipForms, which honestly does not take long to do at all. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to one of us.